Hello everyone. This video is on yet another topic on evaluation system, that is innovations in evaluation. Look, we are familiar with the traditional system of evaluation, right? Where the question papers are presented to the learners by the teachers, and the students are given a particular limited period of time within which they have to submit their papers, answer scripts, and then they are evaluated on the basis of the answers or responses they give to the questions in the question paper, right? Based on that they will get the scoring. This is the traditional idea of evaluation, right? This is what we know as examinations. But as we know, we have been talking about comprehensive and continuous evaluation, right? Continuous and comprehensive evaluation means what? Continuous is we do not evaluate a learner on a particular day within 3 hours, okay, 3 hours or 2 hours, right? So we need to evaluate the learners continuously. A learner cannot be evaluated within 3 hours on a particular day. This is the idea of continuous and comprehensive evaluation. And this is the idea of continuous, right? Continuous evaluation. And what is comprehensive evaluation? Comprehensive evaluation means we need to assess, we need to evaluate different aspects of development of the learner. It is not like only we are measuring only the intelligence or the knowledge level of the learners. We need to evaluate all the aspects of the development of the learner. Taking all this in mind, keeping all these things in mind, okay, there have been different innovations at different time in the field of evaluation. So, to meet the needs of this continuous and comprehensive evaluation, some of the innovations are: number one is performance assessment. Okay, what happens is that it involves gathering information about learners' performance in realistic learning situations. Okay, there will be the real problems, real situations given to the learners in which they have to perform, not to write answers. Okay, so they have to perform, and based on their performance, uh, uh, the scoring will be done. This is not a paper pencil test where the learners will have to write something, to write a response, write an answer to a question. What they have to perform, for example, assessment of art, assessment of social skill, assessment of communication skill, assessment of decision making skill, assessment of problem solving skill. This can be performance assessment. Okay, how does the how is the assessment done? The teacher observes and judge the learner's actual performance and the product, the outcome of the situation, the learning situation. Outcome means the product of the performance that the learners are given. The learners are given, suppose if a learner is given a situation where the where the learner has to communicate with a customer, okay, a customer, and convince the customer to buy a product which is not useful for the customer, right? This is a situation, this is the learning situation which is given to the learner, student. So, and what is being assessed? Communication skill is being assessed, convincing skill is being assessed, adapting to the, okay, adjusting to a situation where you are selling a product which is not useful for your customer, right? You have to show your convincing skill, right? So this is a social skill. So you will be given such situation, you have to apply your knowledge, your skills, or your ability. You have to show your ability to convince the customer, okay, and you will be judged on your performance, how you were doing this will be judged by the teacher, by through observation and judgment. Okay, so this is called as performance assessment. Performance assessment particularly helps us for comprehensive evaluation. We can evaluate different aspects of the learner apart from the general things. Generally we assess the intelligence and knowledge level of the understanding level of the learners, right? But this is a innovation in the field of evaluation where performance of the learner can be assessed. Another assessment is, another evaluation process is portfolio assessment. Okay, what is done here? It is very simple. Though the if you are, if you are wondering what is portfolio, it is nothing. It is very simple. You can say it is kind of biography, or you can say it is a kind of biodata. Okay, what is done is, it is a systematic collection of learners' work reflecting spatial instructional goals or objectives. The instructional goals or objectives which are to be achieved by the learners, okay, means the aims and objectives which are to be achieved by the learners. On the basis of that, what are the different works, what are the different activities, what are the different performances that the learner is doing towards the achievement of these aims and objectives. Collecting data, collecting information about that is portfolio. Okay, when you have the data of a learner, for each learner you will have a single separate portfolio. Okay, for example, for learner 1 you will have a portfolio where you will write, this learner has participated in this speech competition in the beginning of the semester. Then the learner has performed well in sessional examination, the learner has participated in an international conference, like that, the activities in which the learner is engaged. Okay, including the what it will include is that performance of the learner, the progress that the learner is making, the achievements that the learner has achieved. Okay, the different things that the learner has achieved, then different experiences of the learner throughout the semester, then the knowledge level and the skills. Everything will be, it is like a diary. Diary is personal, we record our own things, but in case of portfolio assessment, the teachers will maintain this portfolio of each learner. Okay, and for doing this, for maintaining the, for collecting data for the portfolio, the teachers, the learners, the parents, from whomever you can collect data from, you can involve everyone. Okay, if you need the help of the parent of the learner, you can even involve them for constructing the portfolio of the learner, and based on that the learner will be assessed. Okay, what are the activities, what are the, if the learner is inactive, then you will assess on that basis that this learner has been inactive in this semester, kind of thing. Okay, so this is portfolio assessment, where the portfolio of the learner is being assessed. For again, for this is both continuous as well, this helps in both continuous as well as comprehensive evaluation. Portfolio will not be maintained, will not be constructed on the last day of the semester. It is constructed from the beginning. The portfolio will have the information from the beginning of the semester till the last of the semester. Okay, so it will give you a comprehensive view, and the evaluation will be continuous also. Okay, then there is a very short, comfortable, easy to administer kind of evaluation system. It is called as minute paper. Minute paper is, minute, you understand, right? Minute is small, so it is nothing but a simple test only, but then it is mini in size. Okay, there will be one or two questions. It can be, it can be conducted after class, just after the class, for a very short time, within a very short period of time, I mean to say for 2-3 minutes of or even 5 minutes, within 5 minutes, and it is on the spot evaluation. So it can be conducted at different times, even if you want to conduct it weekly or even daily basis, or within 2-3 days, after 2-3 days also you can do it. This is a kind of spot evaluation. So this evaluation process helps in continuous evaluation of the learner, and learners get their own feedback from this minute paper. Teachers also get continuous feedback whether the teacher is able to make the learners learn, and that's why this is helpful in continuous evaluation of the learners. Then we have assessment rubrics. Assessment rubrics is actually not a testing procedure, it is a tool to interpret and grade the students. Okay, it is not a tool of testing, it is a tool for interpreting and grading the students. And this tool is, assessment rubric is based on criteria and standard. I mean to say, what is it? suppose we have a descriptive question paper. You can imagine your question paper for your sessional examination or your last end semester examination, okay, where you had some objective type of question, 1 mark question, you had some 3 marks question, 5 marks question, 10 marks question, right? So how will the teacher evaluate your answers will be, this assessment rubrics will help the teacher to assess your answers. Not only it is like, it is like answer key for the objective questions, right? Even in net examination also you get your answer scoring key or answer key, right? But the answer keys are provided only for the objective questions, multiple choice questions. But in case of assessment rubrics, we can provide kind of answer keys for even descriptive answers also, okay, where what kind of criteria is dependent is what kind of criteria do we consider for giving the marks, okay, what standard of answer do we want, so to give this much of mark, okay. So this, on the basis of this, we construct the assessment rubric. This helps in increasing the objectivity in assessment. If we have the assessment rubric, then the same answer script evaluated by teacher A, teacher B and teacher C will be will help in maintaining the objectivity in scoring, okay, because there will be guidelines, right? If the question is on describe the political scenario of Assam, okay, at present, right? If the question is like that, what are the points which are to be mandatorily included in the answer of this question? This assessment rubric will include those points, okay. So the assessment rubric will say, there will be detail that if the learner has mentioned about this point, then the learner will get this much. If the learner has analyzed this things, then learner will get this much of mark, okay, kind of, this kind of guidelines will be there in the assessment rubric. So if the marking, the scoring of the answer script will be on the basis of what guideline is given in the assessment rubric. So it will be objective, the scoring will be objective. I will also use the guidelines of the assessment rubric, teacher B will also use the same rubric, and teacher C will also use the same rubric. So we have to answer, we have to mark according to the rubric on the basis of what has the learner what has the learner written in the answer script, and what kind of mark is to be given. I will go through the assessment rubric, the guidelines, and then give the scoring accordingly. So it increases objectivity in assessment, and it relates to assessment, sorry, it relates to learning outcomes. What does it mean? When we score the answers, we keep in mind, when constructing the assessment rubric, what we keep in mind is that whether the learner, looking at the learner's answers, the responses, we will try to find out, we will try to judge whether the learner is able to achieve the learning outcome that the learner is supposed to achieve after learning the course. For example, you have gone through the you can say Indian philosophical system course, okay, Indian philosophical system course in the program of MA in philosophy, okay. So after going through that course, Indian philosophical system, the learner is expected to learn about, expected to be able to explain the Indian philosophical system, to analyze the Indian philosophical system, to compare the Indian philosophical systems, right? This kind of outcomes will be there. So when constructing the assessment rubric, the uh, the focus will be on, right, where the marks will be given on the basis of whether the answer of the learner reflects the learning outcome or not, okay. So it relates to, assessment rubric is related to, it is based on the learning outcomes. And because it is open, assessment rubric is open, it is a guideline available to the teachers, it is a document, so it ensures transparency, means there is no phakibaji, Okay, but that I like the answer, so I have given more marks. I do not like the answer, so I have given less mark. It is not like that. One cannot do like that, right? In case of assessment rubric, you have to give mark if the answer mentions the particular points which are present in assessment rubric, right? Even if you don't like the answer, you have to give marks because the learner has mentioned the points, the learner has analyzed the points. According to the assessment rubric, you have to give the mark, right? So it ensures transparency. Why I have given the mark and why not I have given some mark is already there in the assessment rubric. According on the basis of assessment rubric, someone has got this much mark and someone has got less mark. So it makes the evaluation process more transparent, easier. Okay, so these are some of the innovations in the field of evaluation, some of the innovations. There are many others, but these are some which have been in discussion very recently. I hope the sessions have been useful, beneficial for you. But if there is any doubt regarding any of the sessions, you may post your questions in the you know in the respective video. Okay, please comment, put your questions, raise your queries. You may discuss among yourself also in the even in the in the comment boxes also, you may discuss among yourself. So all the best for your examination. You may post your doubts if you have any. Thank you.